One day, like, I hope that, like, I'll make my Black patients feel so happy and so proud of themselves. Hey, it's Keji. I'm back again with another video. Today I wanted to talk about my hospital internship. I'm a respiratory therapy intern and student at Ohio State, but this internship is unlike others because it's paid. We do not tolerate unpaid labor in 2020. No, we do not. No, sir, no, ma'am. So, this is what that job looks like every day. I'm not taking you through the morning routine. There's already a whole video for that. But we're gonna drive to the hospital. Y'all gonna see what you can see, because honestly, you can't see much. Shout out to HIPAA. So let's just get on into it. So I get my booty in the car and I drive all the way to Columbus because I don't actually live in downtown. And I always make sure to have my badge. I felt so cool when I first got this, and then I realized that the picture was actually trash, but that is like my passport in the hospital, so I have to have it. That picture's whack, but I really don't care. And because I was raised as a Kenyan, that means it's in my genetics to try and save some money, so I walk from the free parking off campus to the hospital because there's no way I'm paying $1,000 for a parking pass. Like, you got me messed up, sweetie. You thought I was paying that? Mistaken. Oh, let's vomit on the street. Oh, we love to see that. That's my favorite. Love being a city girl. Since this is a big city hospital, there are like 5 or 6 in this campus. It's huge and constantly under construction, which can be a little irritating, but honestly, if I worked on myself as much as these buildings, I could probably move things with my mind at this point, so can't really blame them. So I work in 4 different hospitals: Doane, Rhodes, Ross, and the James, plus the ED, which is called the Abercrombie and Fitch Emergency Department. Shout out to late stage capitalism for that one. And contrary to popular belief, COVID is still a thing. So before every shift, I take my temperature so that there's a permanent record knowing that I came into work without a fever. So the first place I'm going to go to is the James, which is a cancer treatment hospital. I'm part of the staff that floats, which means that I spend a lot of time waiting for elevators because there are like 6 different hospitals and 21 floors on just one. And anytime I see somebody Black on these elevators, I always try and give a compliment because, like Issa Rae said, I'm just rooting for everybody Black.
Really nice.
I love your braids.
Thank you.
Something that's nice about the James is the amount of natural light and gardening and plants that they have around. Other hospitals are like in basements, and it can kind of be hard when you're there for a long time and you haven't seen the sun. But basically, I stock up the stock rooms and make sure that the RTs have everything they need. And despite all the green spaces that you may see, hospitals consume a lot of single-use plastics. And it makes sense. Obviously, we don't want cross-contamination, but because of that, we run through stock a lot. So, the girl comes through here, I figure out what they need. Sometimes the RTs will come and tell me, yo, I need this, this, and this, and this. I'll be like, all right, cool, I'm gonna get it to you, and I'm gonna get it to you. And that's part of being an intern, you know, you kind of have to do the scut work before you can do the cool work. Stairwell, so I'm only going down 1 floor from 12 to 11. It wouldn't make sense to take the elevator, especially because like patients are on the moves. It usually takes a lot longer. The bonus of having a job that's so free like this is that I don't have to do a ton of direct patient interaction, so I can kind of move at my own pace. Like, here I am grabbing meds for patients that RTs have asked me for. So now I'm getting the stock that I need to take back up to these floors. and try and find everything that people have sent me for or the things that I know that that floor needs. Once COVID lessens, this job is going to get a lot easier, this part, because right now there are a lot of shortages. So I kind of have to like play the role of like, all right, this is the last BiPAP circuit, which floor is going to get it? But for the most part, it's pretty chill. I get to kind of meditate with my thoughts while I'm working because I've gotten more used to where things are. At first, it was so difficult because everything in respiratory related equipment is called aerosol or nebulizer or something of the sort, and it was actually super confusing. And if I was a PCA or STNA, I'd be doing a lot more work that I'm not particularly fond of. There's a difference between direct patient care and like bedside nursing, and bedside nursing is not in my future. So this job pays just about the same, and I get to kind of precept. This never happens. This never happens. And at the elevator, but I can show you a little bit of the Ross. I do a lot of med checking here and running them through RTs. They always need saline for their patients, and it makes sense, they all have heart conditions. But for the most part, these are like the chill parts of my job. I can't take you to the ED. That's like got HIPAA written all over it. So I'm sweating buckets in my car, but at least, you know, I made it. It was a good shift. We're safe. We're healthy. But I wanted to talk a little bit just like about like some things that happened in the hospital today. They're really encouraging. And there was this patient in the James, and she was really tiny. Like, wait, I can't say that because that's personal information. Anyway, so there was this patient in the James, super sweet. Like, personally for me, I don't take care of direct patients in the James, but she was Black, and all the nurses were cheering her on and saying that she was progressing so well. And then like she was just so happy to hear that like she was doing better, and like she was feeling better, that she started dancing in the hallway. And it's just super sweet, and like honestly that's super motivating because like for me personally, as a Black woman in the United States who knows how the healthcare system has like wronged me and wronged my family and other families who look like me across the nation, like I can't wait to treat Black patients. Not that I don't want to treat other patients, but just especially knowing that like the level of care that a Black woman can provide to another Black family is one, because we just understand each other more. There are ways that like white caregivers have in the past failed their Black patients. I mean, just look at like Serena Williams, you know, look at all the stories, all the numbers about Black maternal mortality rates, Black infant mortality rates, and why those are so high. And just like other things in the healthcare field. Like I had read this story about a Black doctor who was taking care of a patient. She was also Black, and she had her hair in braids because she was going in for brain surgery, and she had it in 2 braids. And like to make her incision, he needed like a different part than the part that she had braided in her hair, so he just rebraided her hair for her into different parts. And so she was like, I fell asleep with 2 braids and I woke up with 6 and was very confused. But it's that intention. Instead of shaving her head, he just thought, I'm just gonna rebraid her hair. And I'm like, that is so sweet, because like, you know, I don't know many white doctors that can braid Black hair because it's different, and it's, you know, you can't just like run a comb through it and hope for the best. Like that, sweetie, no. So that story, that girl, and you know, her dancing in the hallway, and to see her so happy, and to see all these patients cheering her on, you know, even if I didn't know her, like I don't know her, I don't take care of her, like that was just super motivating to see, because I'm like, one day, like I hope that like I'll make my Black patients feel so happy and so proud of themselves for progressing that far that they want to dance in the hallway. So corny, cheesy, but like motivation. And that's on people of color in medicine. Period. Bye. you.